We go in the bar and the music's gonna be loud because I got it turned up. Oh, frog. Wow. So when they spray Roundup, literally my shins swell up red and then start to bleed or have pus come out of it the moment they spray Roundup around here. And I sleep at night and there's that dry their mouth just from the Roundup. Yeah. It's very uncomfortable. His dad asks, is it painful? It kind of burns. And when they pop, it actually feels better when they pop. And then it burns a little bit when I soak them in the Epsom salts. And then after they soak, then it just kind of, the pus just kind of comes out and the goo and just kind of feels better, and then it kind of dries up. At first I was like, this is horrible. It's like, it's okay, it's your body. Your body is that's the one point, that's the exit point that it can get out of instead of going into your feet and into your calves and causing you, you know, it's going up to your cardiovascular system and just completely shutting you down. Your body's literally trying to save itself. And I'm like, wow, what a literally good body, right? And so, literally, so it's pretty cool. I think it's really cool to have a body that does that, when it's been chemically tortured, and then there's, as soon as chemical poisons that are added to, the body starts just trying to reject it. It's real havoc on my prostate, my testicle. And when it goes into this cancer, cells start replicating, we're shutting down, the right testicle pulls way up. And when I soak in the Epsom salts, and I can relax, but there's still toxins around and I'm stressed and I don't have fresh air, I can focus and get it to relax, but it's hard to maintain that, especially when I sleep with Wi-Fi interactive bombardment that abuses people through economics and abuse, you know. So it's very difficult. It's sad, so sad. It's a sad situation. It's getting more and more absurd, right? What have I got to do to make you love me? Actually, I'm not making fun of that song. I don't have that song. I should get that song. I like that song. Yeah, it's one of my, I think he wrote that one. I think John Elton wrote that one. I don't know if he did or not. I can't tell you for sure. I know he wrote a few. He wrote like that father-son one about HIV, which is a pretty good song. Did he write No Sacrifice? I really like that one. Me and Shelly Baby really like that one. That's a good song. I think Elton John wrote that one too, but it's no sacrifice, no sacrifice. That's a good tune. So Bernie didn't write them all. Okay. He's not Barry Manilow. Barry didn't write that one. That John Najim always tells me that he didn't write that song. He didn't write that one. He used it for someone else. Old Barry Manilow. He writes a lot of them. He wrote, grab a bit of the chicken, get a barrel of fun, come on everyone. You deserve a break today, so get up and get it. Yeah, Barry Manilow wrote those too. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Okay. So, but I was in here in the shed, and I was shooting and connecting. So first thing I'm going to do when I go to the Gila, okay, I'm not going to sit there bringing these people to me. I'm going to ask for information, you know. How's Miriam DeLegro Montalvo doing? How are her kids? Okay, how's Edna Gomez doing? How's Gilbert, you know, how's she doing? Okay, how's Brian Leroy Hall doing? You know, how many of my unit are still alive from 3 Maps and 317 Trans? How are they doing? Is Wilmer? Is Judy okay? How's Robin? You know, Robert Goss still with us? You know, hey guys, I'm certain. I mean, a lot of guys that are old, that were older than me, that I served with in the military, they're no longer with us. Like my dad, he went down to the senior center. He said, I went down and none of them were there. It's a whole new crew. None of my old buddies were there. I said, yeah, you didn't go during and after COVID. That probably took a lot of them down. Things change fast around here, you know. And I was thinking about Sandra Diaz on the news thing, the Redskin fan. I was like, she's still okay? She's still with us? You know? They get old and they send them out to pasture, and you know, you don't know unless you watch the news and her news channel if she passed away or not, if she's okay, you know. Once they're no longer in the public eye, right? It's, well, the thing is we should know more about our families and the people that we live through and live with and love through and love with than we know about public figures and celebrities, you know. And Tartuffe? Is Tartuffe okay? Right. So I want to know how my people are doing. I don't want to know how the people that participated in my mind fuck through the Temple of Set Illuminati are doing, they take care of themselves. They're ahead of their time. They're always a woman to you. And, you know, so it's good. Go take your money. You don't need money anymore. Go to your nice spot and be happy in your spot. And, you know, I'll stay home, you know, your husband will stay home and fix his pretty face, and you can be the singer in the band. Oh, blah dee, oh, blah da, life goes on, yeah, la 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 la, life goes on, right? Blah dee, blah da. So I was sitting there thinking about stuff. I talked to Dad about Samson and Delilah, and we may talk about that later. They want to talk about it now. That Victor Mature movie's full of shit. They burned and took out his eyes. That physically causes brain damage. It takes away your optic memories. Okay? So, when Delilah, the tamer of the beast, the stories among the Philistines was that basically the Hebrews went and got the mom to breed with an ape. Okay? And he's half monster, half man. And this is what they used to kill our warriors because they couldn't compete with our warriors. Typical propaganda, right? And so, Delilah, who tamed the beast, you know, who was, you know, it was beauty that killed the beast, you know, like Jack Black on the rerun King Kong movie, right? And she started talking to him to see if he remembered, and he didn't remember her. But he remembered his people, and he had his faith. He still had faith in Jehovah and so forth, right? And he's wondering, you know, where are all the kind people, the little kids that were, you know, Yom Kippur and Rosh Hashanah, where all the Hanukkah, you got a hawk when you say that, where are all those kind people that have faith in God and believe in the ways of, you know, of our Lord. And they weren't around him. Everybody was mocking him, making fun of him, calling him a beast, right? And she sat later and she would talk with him. And they just, oh, it's harmless. It's like talking to a horse, right? And she talked to him, and she found out that the soul that provides life to this man, okay, was the most kind, gentle, protecting, loving soul of anybody she'd ever known. And so it was Delilah, okay, because he didn't have any memories. It wasn't Victor Mature leading me to the center of the columns of the... No, he had his eyes ripped out. We're talking science here, okay? She put him between those two columns, and she said, if you want to stop the abuse of my people on your people, push. Samson, push. And she died because the only man she'd ever loved, she destroyed his physical body. But she couldn't destroy the soul that provides life to that body because it was born faithful. You know, kind of like me and other people like me. Yeah, wait. Okay, so... So you can, like I told you guys before, you can plug my eyes out, okay? But the soul that is submitted to faith in God, okay, won't go mad. The mind will be like, what the fuck happened? This is horrible. But the soul will remain consistent. It's constant. This, okay? Well, I got that connecting to the crazy lady from the Bronx, right? And then I went, okay, that's enough. Everything that's real pretty and everything. Okay, great. You know, go enjoy, you know, your George Clooney guys. He'll do his pretty fast. You be a singer in the band. Have a nice life, right? I want to know how Miriam's doing. I want to know if first thing I want to check out and see is if one of those women that really loved me and knew me, you know, is if they're single and if they ever think of me. You know, but I guess you don't ever think of me. She's having the time now. I'm painting the town. I'm just being silly. That's Freddie Fender for all you ranchero music people. But I started connecting to the boys. And basketball wise, you know, with Brian, you know, I'm one of the best basketball players that ever lived. You know, I've got moves and things, you know, Steph Curry and all that. That's just a gimmick to get people in to sell more cars and stuff. If you would have seen this 5'11" guy take the ball, flip it to his left hand, cut across the lane, jump in the air like Larry Nance or Michael Jordan, scissored up with one hand holding the ball, shooting it between a 6'6" guy that can jump out of a gym and a 6'11" guy with 7'6" wingspan to get it, and he's shooting it down into the basket. Okay, you guys would be just as excited. You'd be even more excited than watching Steph Curry shoot a three-pointer. Like watching the little Air Jesus guy cut through the lane and jump up in the air, and he's jumping up in the air and his head's almost even with the hoop, and he's throwing the ball down into it to get it between these two, this ex-college player and this professional basketball player. And the professional basketball player said, "You're one of the best players I've ever played against." And the all-state guy who I played against said, "Would you suck?" I don't suck. I didn't understand. Some people, their objectivity is just not, you can all be in the same building. And one guy can look at it one way and the other two look at it like, and I did, "What are you talking about?" What do you mean I suck? I goof around with my friends, and then when I played the level of competition. Because just to have fun. Basketball was fun. It wasn't life or death. I wasn't gonna fight you, I wasn't gonna hurt you to get money to have sex with a bimbo who requires money to have sex with her. All right? So, then I started thinking and getting Aaron. Well, Aaron was a linebacker. I started thinking, okay, how would I coach Aaron? Okay, one thing. You know, the DeMar Hamlin thing. We want to protect his ribs and his chest and his sternum. And running backs will come in on linebackers and they'll try to hit him. If you tackle correctly, they'll try to hit you right and punish you, right? Now what you do is you come in strong and fast and you keep your leverage, okay? If you see him lower his head, all you have to do, turn, squat, taekwondo, jiu-jitsu. Turn, squat, push, boom, and push him in the direction away from the line of scrimmage. That easy. That's all I would have taught Aaron Montalvo. I don't want you to hurt anybody, I want you yourself. He lowers his shoulder, he comes in, you come in for the tackle. He keeps good leverage and doesn't lower his head. You tackle him and bring him down. He lowers his head, turn in the direction you want to push him away from the line of scrimmage, and then take both arms together and you push him down to the ground. Bow, it's that easy. They make themselves vulnerable. They look, they don't. You do it, guys. When the safeties come in, they lower their heads at you. All you got to do when you catch across the middle is act like you're going to go into them. They'll lower their heads, then you just do a spin, and then they're pulling grass off their helmet. Just like what happened with Tanner with the kid from Duncan. Linda sat there, watch Tanner. He went and blew up the little kid. The little kid from Duncan was like 100 pounds. Tanner was like 5'4", but he was about $160. The little kid from Duncan was about 5'4", but he was not even 100 pounds. He came and obliterated him, okay? And Linda, ha ha ha, and they were all laughing, and me and Patrick noticed and said, after that, because Animus beat the shit out of him, but every kickoff, Tanner would come running down to flatten that kid. The little kid would just act like that, look, and then whoosh, and Tanner would slide 5 feet on the grass and get up with grass on his helmet all game. He did that 8 times. Okay, first time he wiped the kid out. The next time the kid played a Matador, ole! And me and Patrick are like, Tanner just, okay. They weren't laughing about that. Me and Patrick thought it was pretty funny. Okay, guys, I love you. Maturity. I'm real good at teaching it. Well, I'm like Jesus, I'm very consistent, I'm persistent, I don't quit. You know, what's right is right. I'm like Krishnamurti and Selassie. What's right is right, I'm persistent, consistent, life's eternal, grace is infinite, I don't quit. All right, love you.